4. Sniper 4 dropping line. 94, your targets are Bra 110, 25, 27,000, egressing. Sniper 1 target is there. Bra 110, 25, 26,000. Sniper 4, 104, picture. Egresses are Bra 105, 22, strength 5, MiG 4 in trail 5 miles, 18,000.
Hello, and welcome back to another Top 15 Mods video. In today's video, we're going to cover a few more realism and immersion mods that go a long way to enhancing ArmA 3 base gameplay. I will annotate at the end of the name whether it is a client-side mod or server-side mod or both. Should it be advised that a mod not be loaded due to adversely affecting another on this list, I will make that known. If you have any suggestions for other mods that you love, please comment them down below and they may end up on another Top 15 list. At number 15, we have Immerse by LAxeman and Joko. Or Joko. This mod adds a few simple things like advanced recoil and screen shake when weapons are fired near or by you. Explosions hit a little different as your screen will rattle, making the chaos of a firefight more immersive. The added recoil gives weapons more of a punch and helps you feel like the weapons are actually kicking ass. The screen blur effect can be a little overbearing when firing a weapon on automatic, so if you wanted to turn off those options, you can. One would simply need to go to the add-on controls and disable the feature. Each feature can be turned off in this manner, allowing you to choose how chaotic your fights are. At number 14, we've got Auto Weapon Lower by Thoreaufare. This is a very simple mod that does exactly what it says, lowers your weapon automatically based on your current fighting status. Have you ever been annoyed having to constantly drop your weapon to the low ready when moving on or around base, gearing up for a mission? This mod aims to correct that by automatically dropping your weapon to the low ready as long as you're not actively engaging enemies or being engaged yourself. This adds a good deal of immersion and realism as we don't walk around with our weapons at the ready when on base or on patrol. That's just a license to flag your buddy and huge opportunities for friendly fire incident to take place. Grab this little mod and stop being a blue falcon by flagging your buddies. At number 13 we have Grad Trenches by Salbei. This mod is a server-side mod that allows for beautifully textured envelopes and trenches to be placed that provide good cover and concealment from enemy forces. Using the ground terrain texture as a base, these trenches blend in very well with the surroundings and don't stand out too much, which helps aid in the immersion factor, as some modded trenches are a completely different color and destroy any hope of immersion. There's about 6 different types of trenches, with their sizes ranging from small, individual-sized trenches to larger vehicle envelopes that help conceal the vehicle soft underbelly and drivetrain and allow only the most armored portion to be exposed. As this mod is technically an improvement to trenches within the ACE mod, you'll need ACE installed in order for it to work. Beef up your base's defenses with Grad Trenches. At number 12 we have a mod that really doesn't add or subtract from realism, but just looks a lot better. Cinematic Lens Flare by AverytheKitty is one of those mods I can't live without anymore. This is essentially the alpha ArmA 3 lens flare revitalized and brought back from the dead to replace the dull lens flares that shipped with the base game. I honestly feel like these alpha lens flares look far superior and go a long way to adding to the immersion of the game. It may not be your thing, or you may not care, but lots of people do, and small changes like this can make a huge difference in people's gaming experience, which is exactly what keeps ArmA 3 alive. At number 11 we have Window Breaker by Axebeard. Has this ever happened to you while trying to get the drop on an enemy? Well, no longer. Axebeard has solved all of our problems. Able to keybind this to whatever key the player desires, you merely need to be near a window and hit your key to bash the window and break it, allowing you to throw grenades through without giving your position away to half the map by firing through it. This is especially handy when assaulting a building or compound and wanting to keep the element of surprise as long as possible. You have the ability to customize the action button through CBA ArmA 3 add-on options to make this action as fluid as possible when in a firefight. At number 10 is Mr. Sanchez's Headlamps by Sanchez. This small mod adds another light source for ground troops. Requiring a helmet with a built-in headlamp like the enhanced combat helmet, this mod allows the wearer to emit a light from their helmet instead of their weapon. This light is independent of your weapon and follows your head should you use track IR or push the freelook key. The light is activated with right shift in by default, and right control in changes the brightness level. This mod comes in super handy if you need a light source and also desire another weapon attachment such as the infrared laser. The draw distance can be changed in add-on options, which is pretty awesome when viewed from far away, but also helps to save on frames per second. At number 9 is cTab Blufor Tracker version 2.2.3 by IceBadger, originally by Riouken. This little mod is pretty in-depth. If the player takes one of the handheld devices that the mod comes with as a terminal, then mid-mission they may access it and get a full system of Blufor tracking at their fingertips. All friendly forces nearby will show up on the tracker, allowing mission commanders to maintain complete situational awareness. Should the fog of war prove too dense, cTab allows the user to tie into UAV feeds to cut through the fog and find the enemy. Individual helmet cams are also accessible via the tablet, allowing the commander to see what his or her men see. Strong situational awareness is essential to any level of command in order to accomplish your objectives, and the cTab mod aims to provide just that. At number 8 is a small mod that was designed to extend firefights with the AI, Suppression by Nkenny. This mod increases the effects of suppression on the AI, meaning the more you fire at them, the more susceptible they are to increased stress and a lower accuracy in their return fire. This can be seen when large elements engage one another. Their shots become increasingly sporadic, which helps keep the enemy from seemingly one-shotting you even though all hell's breaking loose on top of them. This is obviously a behind-the-scenes kind of mod that must be loaded onto the server to work correctly as it directly affects the AI. If you desire fights against your computer opponent that don't result in getting hit in the face within 6 seconds, then this is your mod. At number 7 is MS IFF Strobe by Fat Lurch. This super simple mod increases the brightness and active length of IR strobes. Vanilla strobes would only last about 5 minutes, and these upgraded strobes last 5 hours and have had their luminosity increased to be much easier to see by overflying aircraft and friendly forces using night vision as well as thermal imaging systems. This mod is a handy way for cast pilots to tell where friendly forces are from overhead in order to minimize the chance of friendly fire. At number 6 we have another outstanding mod by Fat Lurch, Helocast. This mod allows a rotary aircraft in ArmA 3 to connect a rib or small boat to the bottom or inside of a helo as to be deployed or picked up at sea. Pickup will have to be done by a human player as the AI doesn't know how to drive into the back of the helicopter. This is especially attractive for special forces types that enjoy infiltrating on their own or if enemy AAA is too thick in the AOR. This mod will require helo crews to work well together and communicate with the special forces they're picking up, as getting so close to the water requires a steady hand so you don't kill everyone on board. Right now this mod looks to work with all major mod packs such as Cup, RHS, and all the vanilla helos, as well as a large handful of other mods on the workshop. Lurch has provided a full list of supported aircraft on his mod page, so go pick it up. At number 5 we got Apricot's NVG Modern Warfare Visual Effects mod by Apricot Ale. This mod was a happy little discovery as I really wasn't looking to change the NVGs, but once I tried the Modern Warfare style lighting one time, I was hooked. It looks awesome and pulled me right in. There are a few different light settings available through the add-on options, as well as of course the default lighting if you don't want to rock the changes in-game for one reason or another. This mod will conflict with the white phosphor NVG lighting mod, as this mod is also included, so keep that in mind if you usually run with that mod. The mod says it requires ACE, but that's just if you want to have it interact with ACE itself. I don't usually have ACE running and the mod works just fine. You just lose the add-on option to have it work alongside ACE. If you're looking for an NVG change or the Modern Warfare look intrigues you, give this mod a try. At number 4 is Fluid Incremental Door Opening mod by Tenga. Tell me, has this ever happened to you? Nani? If so, do yourself a favor and download this mod. Incremental door opening means exactly that. You can slowly open the door to peek through and get the drop on enemies instead of flinging the damn thing open and alerting everyone within a kilometer that you're exiting the building. Something so simple yet so effective. You'd think it would have been in the base game, but no such luck. Thank God for mods. At number 3 is the Nimitz experimental build by TTT3. By now, you've probably at least seen the Nimitz mod on the workshop or have seen videos of it previously. If not, allow me to educate you. This mod was a project worked on by a few different folks. The base build is currently on Steam and is run by Rory and TTT3. This experimental build is the test bed for all the changes that TTT is inputting before they make it to the base build of the mod. Some of the changes are strictly for the experimental build only due to stability issues, so don't expect it to be perfect all the time. However, the 99% of the time it does work as intended. It's amazing. I've gotten a lot of questions about how I get the AI to stand on the carrier and go through the motions of launching a fighter. It's all scripted in the Nimitz mod. You don't have to do any scripting yourself. When you bring your aircraft to a stop with your nose wheel on or near the shuttle, the option Lower Aircraft onto Launch Bar will appear in your option menu at the very bottom. Once selected, this will activate the launch script of the Nimitz. The crew will do a quick inspection of your aircraft and ensure it's safe to launch. Once completed, they will run back to their launch positions and give the thumbs up. Once all crew have completed their checks and give the thumbs up, you then select Salute from the options menu and watch the shooter in the yellow jacket just to the left of your nose or right. At this time, it's advised that you run your engines up to mill power or afterburner and keep your hands off the stick. Once launched, you'll rocket forward to about 140 knots, at which point you'll pull back slightly on the stick to begin gaining altitude while simultaneously bringing up the gear and flaps, and then boom, you're airborne and ready to kick some ass. In order to land, simply enter the landing pattern around the carrier and lower your gear and tail hook. You want to hit the deck at around 130 to 150 knots. There are a large amount of modules that allow you to customize your ship in-game, as well as what type of aircraft will spawn on the deck and in the hangar. If for whatever reason the wires don't work when you try to land, use one of the modules in the editor and sync it to the carrier to force the wires to function. Otherwise, you'll slam on the deck and the game won't register your tailhook and you'll go skidding off the runway. This is also why you want to go full power once you land, regardless of whether or not you hit the wire. The Nimitz also has working aircraft elevators that function very well and are a lot of fun to ride up in your aircraft. If you're on a carrier-centric server, you'll have a blast pushing around aircraft and working the service options the carrier provides, such as weapons and fuel management. The Nimitz carrier deserves reverence and plenty of downloads. At number 2, we have Align by LAxeman and Joko, an awesome little mod that adds something so subtle but so incredible all at the same time. Align forces a slight amount of sight post movement when you bring your weapon up to fire, just like it does in real life. This little bit of realism makes aiming and connecting long distance shots even more rewarding. This mod coupled with Immersion completely changes the ground combat feel for me and works splendidly together. The difference in aiming with and without Align is really easy to see. If you want to introduce a little more realism to your ground combat, then grab Align off the workshop. And finally, at number 1, we have the acoustic guitar. Just fucking with you. At number 1, we have ArmaFXP mod by Angel618. I covered this mod in a previous top 15 when it was called War Effects Blast Only. Since then, it has undergone some changes and has really stepped up its effects game to come closer to the fidelity of Blast Core explosions. If you couldn't tell, I love the explosions that Blast Core and ArmaFX provide. There are differences in the two. For example, one of my favorite explosions in ArmaFXP is the new 500-pound bomb explosion, which comes with any GBU-12, Mark 82, or equivalent explosive to include mods such as Firewheel's air weapon system. Just look at the particle effects in these explosions. So much more lifelike than the vanilla explosions and definitely rival the Blast Core versions as well. The smoke pillars have been vastly improved over the previous version and look very thick and last a good amount of time, which was something I always believed Blast Core was superior on. Fuel and ammo trucks explosions have also been given a facelift and no longer will just explode like their common counterparts. These bad boys are volatile and have been given explosions to match, which can be devastating in a convoy or when near friendly forces. If you're looking for a little more bang for your download, look no further than ArmaFXP. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me today. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and maybe even share this with others you think may enjoy, as this massively helps my channel grow. I'd like to give a special shout out to my loyal patrons, whose donations are greatly appreciated and are allowing me to pursue new avenues of video editing. I primarily make Arma 3 content and would love your guys' suggestions in the comment section below. I do my best to read and reply to all your comments, and your messages and kudos are a huge factor that drives the channel in the direction it's going. Thank you all so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.